Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kathy, and I'd like to welcome you to the library today. Before we get started, we have a few flyers in the back on our tables, plus our December calendar of events. We also have a questionnaire for you to fill out as you leave. These do help us for future programs. Today, we are delighted to have Ozark Bronze Bell Ensemble, who are a community handbell ensemble made up of ringers from Northwest Arkansas area. They are dedicated to providing the highest level of English handbell ringing to its audiences. Let's welcome Ozark Bronze Bell. And, and I'm going to turn this over to Charlotte.
afternoon. We are the best bell choir in spitting distance. And it's Christmas time, so I can't think of a better tune to start our holiday concert with than Christmas Bells. Arranged by Sandra K. Tucker in 2016, it sets just the right tone for a fun afternoon of holiday cheer. We're so glad you chose to start your Christmas season celebration with us. Our next piece isn't quite so perky, but it's equally fun to hear. This dynamic setting, which is based on an old English folk tune, moves from intimate to majestic with colorful harmonies and hand chimes. Thought by some scholars to date back to the Middle Ages, King Fold is a folk tune set to a variety of texts in England and Ireland. You may know the tune by some of its other arrangement titles, such as All You Who Seek a Comfort Sure, I Heard the Voice of Jesus Say, O Lord my God, I Thirst for You. This version is a fantasy on King's Fold, arranged by H. Dean Wagner in 2000. to the 16th century for everybody's favorite God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. The song tells how Satan has led humans astray, but by staying merry, which meant mighty back then, gentlemen and women could rest, which meant remain, in the peace and happiness that was brought by the birth of Christ. The moral of this story is not the gloom and doom of sin, but comfort and joy. That makes it the perfect tune to go door to door sharing with your neighbors. So the next time carolers stop by your house, don't shut the door. Open it wide and picture the nativity scene. See the excitement of the shepherds as they realize what an important moment they're witnessing and wait patiently for the arrival of the learned men from the east, searching for signs of wonder foretold. Look up for the star that they charted and followed for so long and see the looks on their faces when they saw that beautiful child for the first time. Imagine holding those precious gifts fit for a king. Cynthia Dobrinsky's 1986 arrangement of God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen is our way of sharing good tidings with you this season. Try to get them to help me. This is not hard. You just stand up here and wave your arms. You can help me on the next one, okay? Based on the 96th and 98th Psalms, but with a decidedly New Testament flair. Joy to the World tells the story of life on earth after the coming of Christ. It reminds us to make room in our hearts for the King and to sing of his greatness. Repeat the sounding joy, repeat the sounding joy. That's why we're here today with you to share the good news with our music. The first few measures start delicately with individual bells combining their sound to become a joyful chord. Then the tune comes in and it's supposed to be played spiritedly. We'll let you be the judge. Feel the excitement build as more and more bells are added and the tune becomes just a bit more complicated. In a way, this piece is easier because there are no sharps or flats. So the challenge becomes to make the reader feel what is written on the page. The middle section is supposed to be mysterious. Again, you be the judge. Watch for the fog building on a cold morning. When the tempo picks up and the volume increases, see the smiles of people throughout the generations sharing their faith with one another. In a world of instant exposure, fame, and gratification, remember that this is what real joy looks like. Right? No, me neither. Let's take a break. Sleeves, a ballad recognized around the globe, has endured through the centuries, captivating listeners with its haunting melody and mysterious origins. Its timeless beauty has been reimagined in various genres, including classical, pop, and folk. The earliest known reference to green sleeves dates back to 1580 during the reign of Queen Elizabeth I. Many legends surround its creation, the most popular being that it was written by King Henry VIII for his lover, Anne Boleyn. However, historians mostly debunk this theory, as the style of the song aligns more with the Elizabethan era after Henry VIII's death. Besides being an influential monarch, Henry VIII was also a talented musician, composer, and poet. He played several instruments, including the lute and organ, and is credited with composing several songs. His interest in music and the arts and his tumultuous love life have often led to speculation about his authorship of various works, including Greensleeves. The tune of Greensleeves is also used in the Christmas carol What Child Is This?, written by William Chatterton Dix in 1865. The lyrics were changed to depict the Nativity of Jesus Christ, a stark departure from the original theme of unrequited love. It's a testament to the song's versatility and the enduring appeal of its melody. Jason Krug's 2017 arrangement of Greensleeves adds a new level of excitement to the holiday hit. to thank the library for hosting us. This is always our first gig of the season, and it's the most fun because we get an audience of people that's more than just our own family and friends. Thank you, strangers. Thank you so much. If you just can't get enough, we'll do the same show with different mistakes, same jokes, just different errors next Sunday at our home church, Rolling Hills. And then the following Sunday, the 15th, we'll do it in Fort Smith because that's where Becky and I live. And we've got to do it for our family and friends. We really appreciate you. We're a nonprofit organization. You can visit our website, our Facebook. If you play bells, we'd love for you to come and spend some time with us. If you just like to listen to bells, keep coming. Keep coming, keep coming. Thank you. Our next piece has a lot of history, and it's not all that pretty. Coventry Carol is a reference to the Massacre of the Innocents. Sorry, guys. An event described in the... That's what happened when they got too close. An event described in the Gospel of Matthew. In it, King Herod orders the execution of all male children who got too close to the conductor in Bethlehem. The story goes that Herod did this because he heard the birth of a baby who would become the king of all Jews. They're fine. News that was relayed to him by the Magi. Yet Joseph, having been warned by an angel, escapes Bethlehem with Mary and the newborn Jesus to Egypt. The song then is a lullaby supposedly sung by the mothers of Bethlehem to their doomed sons. I don't make this up. Though it certainly isn't among the most well-known of Christmas songs, Coventry Carol became more widely known in 1940, more bad news, after Coventry was bombed by the German Air Force during World War II. On Christmas Day, the BBC broadcast the provost of the Coventry Cathedral giving a speech in which he attempted to forgive those who had carried out the attack. How you like them apples? Afterward, the choir sang Coventry Carol in the cathedral's ruins, with the song's melancholy subject matter taking on a new meaning. This 2013 arrangement by Keith Burt, with its haunting minor key and unexpected meter changes, y'all expect them though, right? You know where they're coming? Okay. Will remind you of how much we have to be grateful for this holiday season. is the story behind the delightful Christmas song called the Sussex Carol. Research now shows that it was first published in 1684 by Bishop Luke Waddinge in a collection entitled, get this, A Small Garland of Pious and Godly Songs Composed by a Devout Man for the Solace of His Friends and Neighbors in Their Afflictions. Because why not? If you get to name your book, name it what you want. This was his first year. I don't know how long he lasted, but this was his first year serving. Imagine his sermons. Sorry. This was his first year serving as the Bishop of Ferns, a small town in the southwestern corner of Ireland. The book was well received, and since it contained 11 carols, almost as many as words as in the title, helped establish the tradition of carol singing in that part of the country that continues to this day. One of the carols was On Christmas Night, All Christians Sing. Jumping to the 20th century, there was a great English composer, Ralph Vaughan Williams, who had a keen interest in English folk songs. On May 24th, 1904, he was wandering through the southern part of England near a small settlement called Monk's Gate, asking people to sing songs for him. Can you imagine you're just walking, tending your sheep, and someone says, "Oh, come and sing me a song, dear laddie." And somebody did. And this person identified themselves as Mrs. Verrill. She sang a carol for him. Quickly, he jotted it down. Since then, it has become quite popular and is now known as the Sussex Carol, since it was rediscovered in Sussex County, England, even though it was first published in Belgium and first sung in County Wexford, Ireland. It's very well traveled. In 2003, Arnold B. Sherman brought us this lovely arrangement of the carol under the title News of Great Joy. when you think of Christmas, the inn with no vacancy, the manger, the lowing cattle, the infant, the landlocked city of Bethlehem, you think of ships, don't you? As it turns out, there were no boats in any of the biblical accounts of Jesus' birth. The Jews of Bible times, in fact, were generally terrified of open water. Only fishermen routinely sailed the Sea of Galilee. But that doesn't stop I Saw Three Ships from being a favorite Christmas song, does it? No. There's some interesting theories. Ships that may have brought the biblical Magi relics to the Cologne Cathedral in Germany in the 12th century. This is the most common held belief, in case you're ever asked at trivia. Wenceslaus II, king of Bohemia, bore a coat of arms, azure, 3 galleys argent. My favorite story behind that song is that camels, which exhibit an extraordinary capacity to travel great distances between drinks of water, are known as ships of the desert. Some historians believe that the 3 ships sailing in represent the Magi's visit to the young Jesus, which is reported in Matthew 2, verses 1 through 12. Regardless of its questionable facts or metaphorical value, our friend and Ozark Bronze founder, Carrie Johnston, hi if you're watching, arranged a version of 3 ships in 2005, which will rock your stockings off. The Silent Night Christmas Carol was first performed in the Church of St. Nicola in Obendorf on Christmas Eve of 1818. Both Father Joseph Moore, who had written the lyrics, and Franz Gruber, who had set them to music, performed the song in front of a traditional nativity scene. Joseph Moore accompanied the song on guitar. For many years, it was thought that this was because the organ had been broken down, but now historians believe that the guitar was the original accompaniment and the arrangement for organ was written later. While it would be amazing to have heard it that first night with just a guitar, a choir, and a make-believe manger, there is something about this song that sends chills down to our spines all of these years later, no matter how it's orchestrated. This 1990 arrangement by Betty Gary shows us how delicate handbells can be in telling a story we never get tired of hearing. most of the songs sung at Christmas are really Christmas hymns. Our next piece is truly a Christmas carol from the medieval carol tradition, originally written in both Latin and German in the 4th century by John Mason Neale. We'll be performing it in English for your convenience. Some controversy stems from Neale's original first line of the carol. Good Christian men, rejoice. Today's much-needed standards for inclusive language and reference to humanity result in the change of this line in most hymnals published in the last 20 years. Some have resolved this dilemma with Good Christian folk or Good Christians all. Our version, arranged by Ron Mallory in 2018, goes like this. Good Christian friends rejoice, with heart and soul and voice. Now ye hear of endless bliss, Jesus Christ was born for this. He has opened heaven's door, and we are blessed forevermore. Christ was born for this. Christ was born for this. If you were here last year, you might have noticed that was the exact same program. And let me tell you why. Because we only got to do it once, because COVID. And so we're going to keep doing it until everybody gets to hear us. So thank you. But to make up for you having to hear the exact same program again, we've worked up something new something you may be used to seeing or hearing on the radio with lots of electric instruments and drums and some fire if you've ever seen Trans-Siberian Orchestra. So we're going to play Wizards in Winter. We'll see. I mean, we're going to play Wizards in Winter! So Merry Christmas.
Thank you, everyone, for coming this afternoon. Appreciate it very much. Again, I'd like to remind you as you leave to pick up some flyers, fill out the questionnaire. Also, as you walk out the doors right to your left, there's a card signing table of holiday cards that we are going to be giving to a local memory center. Thank you. Merry Christmas, happy holidays.